Hello, my students, and welcome to the second episode in my series on factorizing. Let's have a look at this question. Find two numbers such that their product is 30 and their sum is 11. So I want to get two numbers. When multiplying them, we get 30. And when adding them, we get 11. So what are they? We can check something like 10 times 3. 10 times 3 equals 30. That's right. But when adding them, 10 plus 3 equals 13. So this trial is not right. So try another trial. We can take 5 and 6. Let's check 5 and 6. 5 multiplied by 6 equals 30. This is the product. And the sum is 11. So when adding 5 plus 6, 5 plus 6 equals 11. So the two numbers are 5 and 6. When multiplying them, we would get 30. And when adding them, 5 plus 6 equals 11. Okay, the next one. Find two numbers that their product 12 and their sum -8. So I want to get two numbers. When multiplying them, we will get 12. And when adding them, we will get -8. So we couldn't take two positive numbers. Why? Because if we are adding a positive number plus positive number, you will get a positive number. But here we have the sum -8. So if you tried, for instance, 6 times 2, 6 times 2 is 12. That's right. But when adding 6, 6 plus 2, it's not -8. So this trial is not right. Try another trial. So we can take -6 and -2. Let's check it out. -6 times -2, negative times negative is positive, and 6 times 2 is 12. So the product of them is 12. What about the sum of them? -6 plus -2. -6 plus -2 equals -8. So the two numbers I wanna get, they are -6 and -2. And when multiplying them, -6 times -2 is 12, and when adding them, we will get -8. -6 plus -2 equals -8. The next one, two numbers such that their product -18. So the product is -18 and the sum is 3. So a number multiplied by a number equals -18. So one of them is positive and the other one is negative. Why is that? Because negative times positive equals negative. Okay, so let's try something like -2 and 9. Negative multiplied by positive equals negative. And 2 times 9 is 18. But when adding them, -2 plus 9 equals 7. And their sum is 3. So this trial is not right. We can try two different numbers, and the product is -18 and the sum is 3. So we can take -6 and 3. When multiplying -6 by 3, negative times positive, it's negative. Okay, that's right. And 6 times 3 is 18. And when adding them, -6 plus 3, -6 plus 3 equals -3. And the sum is 3. So this trial is not right. We can switch off signs, like instead of negative 6 times 3, we can multiply 6 multiplied by negative 3. 6 times negative 3 equals negative 18. And 6 plus negative 3, 6 plus negative 3 equals 3. So what is the right answer? The right answer is 6 and negative 3. When multiplying them, positive times negative equals negative, and 6 times 3 equals 18. So I'm right till now. And when adding them, 6 plus negative 3, 6 plus negative 3 equals what? Equals 3. So what are the two numbers? The two numbers are 6 and negative 3. I want to get two numbers such that their product negative 15 and their sum is negative 14. So we can try like 3 and 5. 3 and 5 is 15, but I want to get negative 15 when multiplying them. And because the product is negative, so one of them is negative and the other one is positive. So if we multiply the negative 3 by 5, negative 3 times 5 equals negative 15. That's right. But negative 3 plus 5, negative 3 plus 5 equals what? Equals 2. So this trial is not right because the sum is negative 14. Let's try something like negative 15 and 1. If I assumed that the two numbers are negative 15 and 1, let's multiply them. Negative 15 multiplied by 1, negative times positive is negative, and 15 times 1 is 15. And when adding them, negative 15 plus 1 equals negative 14. And that what I want. I want to get two numbers, their product negative 15 and their sum negative 14. So the two numbers are negative 15 and 1. When multiplying them, the product is negative 15 and the sum is negative 14. If we have two binomials, what is the meaning of binomial? Binomial is an expression of two terms. X plus 3, this is a binomial, multiplied by a binomial, x plus 5. How can we multiply them? Multiplying two binomials, multiplying two expressions, each one of them of two terms. So multiply the first by the first. The first here is x, and the first here is x. Here is the first, and here is the first. Multiply the first by the first. X times x equals x squared. And multiply the second by the second. Here is the second. The second is 3 plus 3, and the second here is 5. So multiply the second by the second. 3 times 5 equals 15. So what I did again, I multiplied the first by the first, x and x. X times x equals x squared. And then I multiply the second by the second. 3 times 5 is 15. And then what is in the middle here? The middle is the sum of extremes, the product of extremes, plus the product of means. What is in the middle again? In the middle is the product of extremes plus product of means. What is the meaning of extremes? The extremes are the two terminal terms. They are x and 5. When multiplying x by 5, the product of extremes is 5x. And what is the product of means? The product of means, the means are the two terms which are in the middle, 3 and x. They are the means, 3 and x. So multiply them, 3 times x, 3x. Then add the product of extremes to the product of means. 5x plus 3x equals 8x. So I'm going to write here in the middle plus 8x. So we have got a trinomial. expression. The meaning of trinomial is that expression of 3 terms here. X squared here is a term, and x squared came from what? Came from multiplying the first by the first. So here x squared is the product of the first, okay, multiplied by the first. And here, what is this 15? This 15, we have got 15 from multiplying the second by the second. So 15 is the product. Product of what? Product of the second by the second. Product means times. So 3 times 5 is 15. And what is 8x? 8x is the sum of extremes, the sum of product of extremes to the product of means. So 8x is the sum. This is called in math expanding. If I asked you to factorize, what is the meaning of factorizing? Factorizing an expression means write it as a product of 2 expressions. Write this expression as a product of 2 expressions, 2 binomials. And this expression includes 3 terms here. So how can we factorize it? X squared. We can get x squared from multiplying what by what? So it's x by x. And when multiplying x by x, we would get x squared. And what is this 15? This 15 is the product. The product of 2 numbers. The product of 2 numbers is 15. And the sum is 8. So I'm searching for 2 numbers. Their product is 15 and their sum is 8. What are they? The 2 numbers are 3 and 5. When multiplying them, 3 times 5 equals 15. And when adding them, 3 plus 5 equals 8. So I'm going to write here plus 5 and here plus 3. And if you checked it out and multiplied the 2 expressions here, you would get x squared at the very beginning, and at the end you will get 15, and in the middle you will get 8x. How can you factorize x squared minus 7x plus 12? So here we have 3 terms here. For factorizing, look at the last term here. And this expression is written in the form. This expression is written in the form x squared plus bx plus c. So the term raised to the power of 2 at the very beginning, and the absolute term here at the end. And here in the middle is the term contains x. This is the order of the expression we can factorize. So look at the last term here. The last term is 12. And look at the middle term, negative 7. Okay? And ask yourself about 2 numbers. Their product is 12, and their sum is negative 7, and their sum is negative 7. You can try many trials, you can do many experiments, but remember, at the end, you must get 2 numbers. Their product is 12, and their sum is negative 7. So we can try 3 times 4. 3 times 4 is 12. But when adding them, 3 plus 4 equals 7. I want to get negative 7. So we can try 2 and 6. 2 times 6 is 12. And when adding them, 2 plus 6 equals 8. So this trial is not right. Try another trial. We can take negative 3 and negative 4. Negative multiplied by negative is positive, and 3 times 4 is 12. This is the product. And the sum, -3 plus -4. When adding -3 to -4, it's -7, so that's right. So the two numbers I want to get are -3 and -4. So open two pairs of arcs here and write x here as the first term and write x here. X multiplied by x is x squared. And write here -3 and write here -4. When multiplying them, -3 times -4 is 12. And when adding -3 to -4 is -7. Also, you can write it as x minus 4 multiplied by x minus 3. That's right. So they are, both of them, they're right. And if you want to check it out, and check your factorizing, you can try to multiply here. X minus 3 multiplied by x minus 4. Multiply the first by the first. X times x times x is x squared. So write x squared here. And multiply -3 by -4. -3 by -4, negative multiplied by negative is positive. So write here negative times negative positive, and 3 times 4 is 12. What about the middle term? The middle term is the product of extremes plus the product of means. So multiply x by -4. X multiplied by -4 is -4x. And multiply the means. -3 times x is -3x. Adding them leads to get -7x. So here in the middle is -7x. That's if you want to check your solution. So what is the factorizing of x squared minus 7x plus 12? Is one of them, we can write x minus 3 multiplied by x minus 4, or we can write it as x minus 4 multiplied by x minus 3. We looked at this example here. This expression needed to be factorized. So look at -12 and look at 4. -12 is the product. So I want to get two numbers, their product -12. And here the sum is 4x and their sum is 4. So try to find two numbers. Their product is -12. And their sum is 4. So we can try many trials. And by the end, you will get -2 multiplied by 6. -2 multiplied by 6 is -12. That's right. I want to get two numbers, their product -12. And if you checked the sum of them, -2 plus 6. -2 plus 6 is 4. So we can factorize it as x multiplied by x here. And you write here -2 and plus 6. And if you want to check it out and multiply them, okay, you will get at the end x squared plus 4x minus 12. This is the meaning of factorizing an expression. Here in this example, x squared minus 3x minus 10. So what is the minus 10, the -10, and what is the -3? -10 is the product of two numbers. The product is -10, and -3 is the sum. So try to find two numbers. When multiplying them, okay, you will get -10, and when adding them, you will get -3. So the two numbers are -5 and 2. Try to check it out. -5 multiplied by 2 is -10. And -5 plus 2, when adding them, Negative 5 plus 2 equals negative 3. So we can factorize it as x and x. And we have negative 5 and we have 2. So 2 is positive and negative 5 is negative. We can write 2 here or here, plus 2 or plus 2 in any place here. So we write here plus 2 and we write here minus 5. This is the factorizing of x squared minus 3x minus 10. Here in this example, we have x squared. And we have in the middle 5xy. And at the end, we have 6y squared. So how can we factorize it? Let's look at x squared. You know x squared, we can get it from x multiplied by x. This is very easy for anyone. X times x is x squared. What about 6y squared? 6y squared. You know 6y squared, we can get it from what? From 3y multiplied by 2y. If you multiplied 3 by 2 is 6 and y multiplied by y is y squared. And also we can get 6y squared from what? From y, 1y multiplied by 6y. If you tried to multiply them, you would get 1 times 6 because the coefficient here is 1. 1 times 6 is 6 and y times y is y squared. So here we have in the middle, 5xy. So I want to get two numbers, their product 6y squared, and their sum is 5. So I want to focus only on 6 and 5. I want to focus only now on 6 and 5. Here, 6, okay? And here, 5. What is this 6? This 6 is the product of the two numbers. And 5 is the sum. 5 is the sum of the two numbers, and 6 is the product. So I want to get two numbers, their product 6 and their sum 5. So they are 3 and 2. If you multiplied 3 by 2, you will get 6. And if you added 3 plus 3 to 2, you would get 5. So how can we factorize it? We can factorize it by opening two pairs of arcs. I write here to get x squared, write x multiplied by x. X multiplied by x is x squared. What about 6? 6 is 3 multiplied by 2 because the sum is 5. But we have y squared. So you write here plus and plus, write plus 2y and write here 3y. This is the solution. This is the factorizing. And if you want to check it out, so write x plus 2y multiplied by x plus 3y. And multiply x by x. X multiplied by x is x squared. The first multiplied by the first. And multiply the second by the second. 2y multiplied by 3y is 6y squared. And if you multiply the extremes here, x multiplied by 3y is 3xy. And the means, 2y multiplied by x is 2xy. Adding the extremes to the means. Adding the extremes here to the means. So 3xy to 2xy is 5xy. So you are going to write in the middle plus 5xy. This is called expanding. Once again, this is called expanding. And this is called factorizing. The expanding here just if you want to check your solution. Okay. But you write here the solution as x plus 2y multiplied by x plus 3y. This is the solution of the factorizing of this expression. Here we have the last term is negative 18. So focus on negative 18. and focus on -7. What is this negative 18? Negative 18 is the product, and the -7 is the sum. So I want to get two numbers. Their product is -18, and their sum is -7. You can try many trials. You can try many trials, and if I asked you about two numbers, their product -18, you might say 3 and -6. That's right. 3 times -6 is -18. And you can do several guesses. 3 times -6 is -18. And when adding 3 plus -6 is -3. So this try is not right. So try another trial. We can take -9 and 2. -9 multiplied by 2 is -18. And the sum is -7. So -9 plus 2, when adding -9 to 2 equals -7. So what is the right factorizing? Here we have x squared. So x squared, we can express it as x multiplied by x. And what about -18? -18 is the product. And here -7 is the sum. So the two numbers, which are their product -18 and their sum is -7, are -9 and 2. So right here -9 and right here +2. But we have y squared here. We have y squared here. So write -9y and right here 2y. And you observe that here the middle term here, the middle term contains x and y. So the middle term is a mix between the first and the last term. Okay. And once again, how many terms we have here? We have 3 terms. The first term is x squared. The second term is -7xy, or the middle term. And the last term is -18y squared. They are 3 terms. If you looked at the middle term is a mix between the first and the last. Because we have here xy, so x and y, xy is a mix between the first and the last here. And if you want to check it out here, you can write x minus 9y multiplied by x plus 2y. This is very important to recognize it well. Check it out. Multiply x by x is x squared. And multiply the second by the second. Negative multiplied by positive is negative. And 9 times 2 is 18. And y multiplied by y is y squared here. And the extremes, the product of extremes is 2xy. And the product of means is -9xy. The product of extremes to the product of means, adding them, is -7xy. So I factorized it right. Let's go to the next example here. I want to focus on -48 and 22. -48 is the product, and 22 is the sum. So I want to get two numbers, their product -48 and their sum 22. So after trying many trials, you will end up with 24 and 2. 24 and 2. You know, 24 times 2 is 48. But it's -48, so it's 24 and -2. When multiplying them, positive multiplied by negative is negative, and 24 times 2 is 48. And when adding them, 24 plus negative 2. 24 plus negative 2 equals 22. 24 plus negative 2 equals what? 22. So I want to get two numbers. Their product, negative 48, and their sum is 22. The two numbers are 24 and negative 2. And how can we factorize it? You write a squared as a multiplied by a. A multiplied by a is a squared. And negative 48b squared. You know negative 48b squared? We can write it as I said, 24 multiplied by negative 2, but we have b squared here. So write plus 24b and negative 2b. And if you want to check it out and multiply the first by the first, okay, you will get a squared. Okay, and 24 times negative 2, the second multiplied by the second is negative 48b squared. And what is 22ab? 22ab is the product of extremes plus the product of means. Let's go to the next question. We have an expression contains three terms. They are 22a, and we have negative 75, and we have a squared. This expression is not ordered. And what is the order of the expression? We can factorize it easily. The expression must be written in this form: x squared plus bx and plus c, like x raised to the power of 2 plus 7x plus 12. This is the order of the expression in which we can factorize it. So here we have 22a and negative 75 and a squared. And I want to order this expression to factorize it. So write firstly a raised to the power of 2, and you will write in the middle plus 22a, and at the end you write negative 75. This is the expression can be factorized: a squared plus 22a negative 75. Just I ordered this expression in this way, and now I'm going to factorize it. So a squared is a multiplied by a. A multiplied by a is a squared. And I want to get two numbers, their product negative 75 and their sum 22. After trying many trials, you will end up with negative 3 and 25. If you multiply the negative 3 times 25, negative times positive is negative, and 3 times 25 is 75. And if you added negative 3 to 25, negative 3 plus 25, okay, equals 22. So I'm right. You write here negative 3 and plus 25. That's it. Some students might get confused in this one because we have here a to the power of 4. But a to the power of 4 can be factorized as a to the power of 2 multiplied by a to the power of 2. And also negative 56, b to the power of 4. You know, negative 56, b to the power of 4. We can factorize it like negative 8, b to the power of 2 multiplied by 7b to the power of 2. Because negative times positive is negative, and 8 times 7 is 56. And b to the power of 2 multiplied by b to the power of 2 is b to the power of 4. Okay, so how can we factorize it? We can write a a to the power of 4. We can write it as a to the power of 2 multiplied by a to the power of 2. What about negative 56? I want to get two numbers, their product, negative 56, and their sum is 1, because the coefficient here is 1. So the two numbers are negative 8 and 7. If you multiply the negative 8 by 7, they are negative 56. And if you added negative 8 to 7, negative 8 plus 7 equals negative 1. But here we have 1, so switch off signs. You write them as 8 multiplied by negative 7. 8 multiplied by negative 7 is negative 56. And 8 plus negative 7. 8 plus negative 7 equals 1. So what are the two numbers? There are 8 and negative 7. Their product, negative 56, and their sum is 1. So you write here plus 8b to the power of 2, and you write here negative 7b to the power of 2. And if you want to check it out, you would get a multiplied by a is a raised to the power of 4. And if you multiply the second by the second, 8b to the power of 2 multiplied by negative 7b to the power of 2, a positive times negative is negative, and 8 times 7 is 56, so it's 56, okay, and b to the power of 4. And what is in the middle? In the middle is the product of extremes plus the product of means. And if you multiply the extremes, adding them to the means, you would get 1a to the power of 2b to the power of 2. Before factorizing this expression, we have a common factor. And this kind of factorizing is called factorizing by taking the highest common factor. And what is the highest common factor? We have 5x squared, and we have negative 10x, and the last term is negative 15. There are 3 terms, and the 3 terms here are divisible by 5, so we can take 5 as a factor. And 5x to the power of 2 multiplied by 5 is x to the power of 2. And negative divided by positive is negative. And 10 divided by 5 is 2x. You know what I'm doing? I'm dividing the term by the highest common factor, which is 5. And negative 15 divided by 5 is negative 3. Now, I took 5 as a highest common factor. Leave this 5 now and try to factorize this expression. X squared minus 2x minus 3. And as I said many times before, negative 3 is the product and negative 2 is the sum. So I want to get two numbers, their product negative 3 and their sum negative 2. The two numbers are negative 3 and 1. If you multiply the negative 3 by 1 equals negative 3, and negative 3 plus 1 equals negative 2. So we can factorize it as x multiplied by x and negative 3 multiplied by plus 1, positive 1. That's it. And for factorizing this expression, look at the highest common factor and look at the order of the expression. The expression here is negative 2x squared, negative 2x plus 40. We have 3 terms, and the 3 terms are divisible by negative 2. So we can take negative 2 as a factor. Okay. And then negative 2x squared divided by negative 2. Negative divided by negative is positive. Okay, so right here, x raised to the power of 2. And the next one, negative 2x divided by negative 2. Negative divided by negative is positive. And 2x divided by 2 is x here. And 40 divided by -2, positive divided by negative is negative, and 40 divided by 2 is 20. So I took -2 as a highest common factor. And how can we factorize? So before factorizing any expression, step number 1, order the expression, or write the expression in the form x squared plus bx plus c. And if you have a highest common factor, so if you have a highest common factor, take the highest common factor and then factorize. So here we have x squared plus x -20. How can we factorize it? Leave this -2. You want to get two numbers. Their product is -20 and their sum is 1. So the two numbers are 5 and -4. 5 multiplied by -4 is -20, and 5 plus -4 is 1. So you can factorize this expression as x multiplied by x here, and we have here 5 and -4. That's it. Here in this expression, I want to ask you a question. How many terms here? We have two terms. X multiplied by x plus 7 is term. And we have here plus 10. This is the second term. So how many terms we have? We have two terms, okay? And this expression is not written in the form x squared plus bx plus c. But how can we write it in this form? We have x multiplied by x plus 7. So try to expand x multiplied by x is x raised to the power of 2. And x multiplied by 7 is 7x. And then what about plus 10? You write it as a plus 10. Now we are able to factorize this expression. How can we factorize it? Two numbers, their product 10 and their sum 7. So they are x here and x. And the two numbers are 5 and 2. That's it. Here in this example here, we have x minus 4 multiplied by x minus 9. We deal with it as one term. So we have here a term x minus 4 multiplied by x minus 9. Here it's one term. And -2 multiplied by x plus 5. This is the second term. As you observe here, this expression is not written in the form x squared plus bx plus c. How can we write it in this form? Expand x minus 4 multiplied by x minus 9. And how can we expand? To expand x minus 4 multiplied by x minus 9, multiply the first by the first. And the first here is x. So multiply x by x. Okay. X multiplied by x is x squared. And multiply the second by the second. The second is -4. Here is the second, -4. Multiplied by the second is -9. So negative times negative is positive. And 4 times 9 is 36. And then what is in the middle? The term, okay, in the middle is the product of extremes to the product of extremes, adding it to the product of means. So extremes, x multiplied by -9 is -9x. And the means, -4 multiplied by x is -4x. Adding the product of extremes to the product of means is -13x. So we write in the middle -13x. And then multiply -2 by x. Negative 2 multiplied by x is negative 2x. And multiply negative 2 by 5. Negative 2 multiplied by 5 is 10. What is the next step? The next step is just to tidy it up, to collect like terms. We have negative 13x and we have negative 2x. So negative 13x plus negative 2x, negative 15x. And x squared, you will write it as x raised to the power of 2. And negative 13x and negative 2x together equals negative 15x. And then we have 36 and 10. 36 and 10. 36 plus 10 equals what? Here we have, sorry, I made a mistake here. Negative 2 multiplied by 5, here it's negative 10, not 10. Here it's negative 10. Negative 2 multiplied by 5 is negative 10. So 36, adding 36 and negative 10. 36 and negative 10. 26, so plus 26. Then we have an expression written in the form x squared minus 15x plus 20x, and this expression can be factorized as x multiplied by x, okay? And what is this 26? 26 is the product of two numbers, and negative 15 is the sum of the two numbers. So I want to get two numbers, their product is 26 and their sum negative 15. So the two numbers are 2 and 13, but we write negative 2 multiplied by negative 13. Why is that? Because the sum is negative 15. So the two numbers must be negative and negative. So negative 2 plus negative 13 equals negative 15. So right here negative 13 and you write here negative 2. I hope you enjoyed this session and see you in the coming episodes. Goodbye.